Good evening and welcome to Talking Leeds for this Wednesday, the 16th of October. Good evening, Mr. George Brooke. How are we, sir?
Good evening, Mr. Marshall, or good morning, or good afternoon, good evening, good late morning, whatever you want, wherever you are, good evening, or good evening here. I'm okay, Aaron, thank you. How are you?
I'm good. It's nice to see you wearing our former channel's merchandise soon. Give us a little shout out for LS11. Go on.
Yeah, good evening, everybody. Good morning, Terrace 11. And I'm wearing a hat that maybe some people actually have themselves, but was
Yeah,
kindly.
it's a nice bit of kit. That it's a nice.
Have you still got yours? Have you,
I,
Aaron?
I have, yes. It's packed away currently for the winter, but it will be coming back out. It is a nice tidy number, the LS11 hat, isn't it, George? Let's be honest.
It's a lovely hat. Yeah, I don't know if
Yeah.
anybody, a lot of these people, Jimbo and Eric maybe as well, are friends of LS11, weren't they? So did anybody end up getting any merch? Or not just the hats, they did all sorts of things, didn't they?
Yeah,
yeah, yeah. I mean, perhaps we can. I mean, Jimbo's asking the question.
we can sure. I don't know, Jimbo, about that.
I don't think it's quite to that stage yet, Jimbo, but maybe we'll get to it. Who knows? But
somebody said, "Is this the new LS11?" Says Michael. Yes, it is. Why not, Michael? Welcome.
well, it might as well be. I mean, me and Aaron were on the channel basically for the most part towards the end. Just the two of us. I mean, occasionally Lou would join in, wouldn't he? But it was basically me and yourself, wasn't it, for quite some time? So yeah, it might as well. Michael, are you a new listener here, or what's your story? Good evening, or wherever you are.
Yeah, listen, it's good. It's good to be back, George. It's quiet in the world of Leeds United this week, isn't it? Because of the dreaded international break. Any news from LS11? Yeah, any news LS11, the former show? Any news from the world of Leeds United, George, which you want to share with us or round up for this week?
Well, I'll get into it, Aaron, but I would like to touch on the international duty. There's been some big news regarding England, of course, which we can have a brief discussion about if you like, as well, and the international duty itself. So, not very much, like you said, Aaron. You've mentioned, we're looking towards, of course, today as well, the Sheffield United game on Friday evening. It'll be 2 weeks to the day since Leeds drew with Sunderland. We really need a good result here. You've typed the show, the Bogle derby, of course, Jane Bogle will be coming back. It's a loaded game, this as well, isn't it, Aaron, as we all know why. But we'll speak about it in a bit. But there isn't a great deal. We have to talk about Czech Kouyaté. I feel like he's probably somebody that will come up today. Czech Kouyaté, who knows if he's coming, who knows if he's not. There's been contrasting reports throughout the week saying that he's failed a medical, this, that, and the other. He was training at Thorpe Arch, I believe. And I think Daniel Farke did say today he didn't actually mention Kouyaté by name, but I think he was talking about an experienced player who can play both centre midfield and also centre back. So a lot of thought is it's Czech Kouyaté. There's no real secret anymore about it. He said, Aaron, I don't know if you caught the press conference earlier on. I didn't, but I've read certain statements from it. That Czech Kouyaté is Czech Kouyaté. He didn't name him. But they're going to make a decision at the end of the month or beginning of November, in a couple of weeks, whether or not to bring him in. What is your thoughts on this, Aaron?
Well, it's a strange one, George, this one for me, because if we, I don't know, ultimately we need players in. It's as simple as that, because we're very short in the midfield, obviously with Ampadu and Gruev out. There's a real gap here. And we need bodies at the moment, if I'm being honest, but we need the right bodies. Ultimately, Leeds United shouldn't be dicking around in the free transfer market. Ultimately, we should have kept hold of a certain Liam Cooper if we were going to do that, because he would have been a lot better than some kind of cast-offs who couldn't get deals elsewhere. But yeah, I don't know. I've got mixed feelings on this, George, because we shouldn't be in this situation, in all honesty. There's no excuses for us to be in this situation. Leeds United should have been ready for the season. We have all these technical directors. We have everything in place. Blah 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 blah. We shouldn't be. Do you agree with me on that?
Yeah, I do. I agree. We shouldn't be.
No.
Like I said,
and is there no children? Is there no kids in the under-21s who were able to step up? It's not. This isn't going to be. This isn't going to be for the next. 6 months. It's 1, 2, 3 months maximum.
No,
is there nobody who can step up?
I think. Well, there's Charlie Crew, isn't there, who would probably be the man to step in.
Why can't he have a go?
Well, it's for a multitude of reasons.
And you like playing the kids, Josh. Listen, you're hanging on about Matteo Joseph, if I remember rightly. But why can't Charlie Crew? He gets called up to the Wales international side. He's getting all this. He's doing the right thing. Why can't he get a chance?
I mean, he can. I mean, there's no reason why not. I mean, if it were me, I'd have, like you said, Arron, personally, I wouldn't have let it get to this stage where we weren't in a place where obviously it's a freak thing. 2 players, very important players for us in the same position, get injured long-termish in the space of a couple of days. They wouldn't have foreseen that, but I agree. They should have been ready for the season. They shouldn't be having to dip in to the free agent market. We're in this position, and I believe we have to do it now. We need backup. Charlie Crew, yes, you can talk about him. Is he ready? Who knows? The only way we'll know if he's given a chance. But obviously the club have seen fit to go and get somebody who hasn't got a club. I disagree with the statement about Liam Cooper, and it's not because I don't like Cooper. Cooper can't play midfield, can he? So, what I mean?
I know Pascal Strand can play midfield.
Not really, though, can he?
Yeah, I mean, he has done it in the past.
I know he has, but he did it badly.
Yeah, he did, but
he did it badly. I don't see any downside if it is Kouyaté that we're going after, Arron. I don't see a downside to where.
Again, with Kouyaté, when we're looking at him, getting him up to fitness, getting him into the squad. Why didn't we get him in back in the summer? Why now? Why not then? This is what I don't get, George. Because we're really, and I'm not ranting. I kind of am ranting here, but why couldn't Leeds get the players in when it was the summer? We had all this time. We had all the money. Let's not forget about that. There was a hell of a lot of money which came into Leeds United over the summer. Why the hell could they not get this sorted there and then? And they knew, for God's sake, anyone, if you play Football Manager, if you play FIFA, if you're a football buddy coach, any manager in the world will know, what was going to happen if Ampadu gets injured? He's not going to play 46 games again. I think he did. He played every league game, didn't he, last year, Ampadu? He would never in a million years going to replicate that again the following season. Never.
Yeah, but what if he did?
But he wouldn't. He wouldn't.
But they can't force the injuries. I know that you're saying that they could. They wouldn't have foreseen both Eli and Ethan getting injured right on cue. They wouldn't have seen that.
The risk is always there, though, George. You can't justify it.
Of course it is. But also, they're in that position now. They didn't do it, so you've got to deal with what you got. And I do think that they need to dip into the market quickly. I think Kouyaté would be fine. There's a short-term option. And, let's be honest, hopefully either Rothwell or Tanaka don't get injured as well.
Was that?
Well, of course they are. So, you can say we should have foreseen it or whatever, should have prepared. I believe we did need another CM in the summer. And I am with you on that, Arron. I think they've dropped the ball on that, but they wouldn't have seen 2 injuries to keep.
I know, but any player can get injured, and you need to have suitable cover. And yes, you could say Tanaka and Rothwell were the cover, but ultimately, over the 46-game season, you're going to play in the cups. Well, not in the League Cup, in the FA Cup. You've got to run in that. You've got Charlie Crew who's sitting on the bench. Why not? Why can't we bring through like we did with Archie Gray last season? Why can't we allow him to have his chance? I just want to jump into the comments. So there's tons of comments coming in already, guys, which is great. Please do get them in because we do read them all and we will share them. Michael, good evening to Michael. Please do give us a like, comment, and subscribe. Do that business for us, Michael, if you want to hear more. You can listen to this as well on your favourite podcast providers. So I'll get that in. Leeds, can Leeds not recall Darko back from his loan deal at Plymouth to bolster the Leeds midfield? And Scooby D too. Good evening to you. He says not at least until I think he's not really a DM. Something about Pascal seems to like two DM and fullbacks bomb on so much, and he goes on to say Pascal's my favourite player, but yeah, he was poor at defensive midfield, and it surely indicates to compound a situation by moving your best defender and captain. I don't know. It's and like what Jimbo says there, if you don't have injuries, you'll end up with unhappy players not playing if you buy too many players. It's a really difficult. It's 50-50, isn't it, Jim? George.
Well, yeah, I mean, but I agree completely with Jimbo. Is a point I was trying to make. You know, if everybody stays fit, then you've got far too many players and people like maybe potentially getting unhappy at the game time. So it's a difficult thing to do, but I do think they should have foreseen it maybe in the summer and just said, "Hey, let's just get one in as backup."
That's all it needs.
Yeah, it did. And if Kouyaté is the man, and if he signed.
But if he does sign, George, is he going to walk into this team? Is he going to, like, let's say, for example, he signs tomorrow. He could play against Sheffield United. Does he start? Does he get on the bench?
No. Well, he gets on the bench, probably.
But then again, you think, well, actually, is he up to scratch? That is desperate times because he's a free agent. Yes, he probably looks after himself in his home gym. He probably does look after himself, but he needs to get up to scratch with the rest of the players who had a pre-season and things like that. He hasn't had minutes. Charlie Crew is probably up to a better speed than him.
He probably is, yeah, but he's not of the better quality of him. I mean, Czech Kouyaté could probably play half-mast and still be probably better than Charlie Crew. No disrespect to Charlie. It's just the way it is.
I'm talking fitness level, George. I'm talking fitness level here. And a game, I'm not saying game time, because I haven't watched much of the under-21s this season, if I've been honest. But, he will be more up to track and up to scratch with how the first team's running.
Well, perhaps, but I'm sure Czech Kouyaté, ever since his contract ran down at Nottingham Forest in July or whatever, I'm sure he's not sat on the couch every night eating pizza and chips and filling his face with chocolate.
But then also leads me on to say, George, with him, is why wasn't he snapped up earlier?
Because they probably didn't foresee it. They didn't do.
But why was he not caught? Why was he not tapped up as a free agent? Bang on, right? I want to go play for, I don't know, Sheffield United. Bang, they want me. I'll go play for them. I've got no team. Why hang around and wait? Like Liam Cooper, it's the same situation with Liam Cooper. You know what I mean? He was hanging around waiting for CSKA Sofia to come along and snap him up, but they snapped him up earlier.
Well, yeah, but I don't know. You don't know what happens, do you, to players? Maybe he just. I mean, let's not forget. I mean, you seem to be a little bit downing on Czech here, but he was playing Premier League football last season, albeit not many minutes, but he was still playing Premier League football. He's a real experienced player, and like Scooby says here, he would, given everybody's fit, I reckon. I agree. He'd probably start over Rothwell if the three of them are fit. So yeah. I think there's no downside. You give him to the end of the season, and if he performs well, you might give him a next season, and then it's whatever. I don't know why it's taken so long. I
know why it's taken so long, George. I have some insider knowledge. Shall I tell you what it is?
Okay.
It's all about the cash. It's all about the cash.
Well, I think it's
George. He does not play that outside. He wants George. He will want a 1 year deal. He'll want a 2 year deal. He'll want 2 years, and he'll want 50 grand a week. And Leeds are saying no. And I made that up. That's what he wants. Leeds won't pay it.
Yeah, but it might not be far from the truth. Really, they might be.
That is pretty much it.
And the length of the contract. They probably are, because he might want a couple of years. They might want to get just a year. But you said he doesn't care about Leeds United. Well, what if he's got pictures, I don't know, Patrick Bamford on his wall? I don't know.
He's probably the only Leeds United fan who's got Patrick Bamford on his wall.
Maybe he's, always wanted to play for Leeds. I'm sure that's what he'll say when he signed.
What he's doing is he's trying to get as much. It's quite simple. I'm not slating the guy here. I'm just telling you the mind of a footballer. The guy is absolutely trying to fleece the club. He wants as much money as he can get. Yes, he can see Leeds United desperate. Daniel Fatt clearly needs reinforcements in that area. His agent will be going, well, you need him more than he needs you. So you've got to pay the big bucks for a short-term deal. Back in the day when it was, who did we have now when it was a pay-as-you-play? Was it Torre Andre Flo, if I remember rightly?
It might have been.
But he was on some form of pay-as-you-play deal.
But then he signed for the season afterwards, I think, at the season after, didn't he?
So I don't know. It's just bonkers.
It's just what it is. I mean, it does look. It's funny with the free transfer. It does seem like we've gone back about 10 years, or maybe even longer ago than that, where Leeds were always messing around with like free agents and loan players, or short-term deals. I mean, you could list a load of players that nobody would ever remember, unless you didn't support Leeds at that certain time. So
that's the issue. That's the issue.
Well, we don't seem to like.
Are Sheffield United right? So let's think about it. Are Sheffield United now looking at free agents?
Well, no, because they don't need to.
Are Burnley?
Probably not, are they? Because they're not.
Are Luton Town?
But it don't make a difference. Yes, they were though.
But they're not now. Right now, they're not.
They were signing Victor Moses on a free.
But the point I'm making is their squads are settled, they're sorted, they've got everything they need to have a good go at it this season. Leeds United should not be fanning around with free agents at this stage on the 16th of October, still looking for those. That's what really annoys me, if I'm being perfectly honest.
I don't know why.
They should not be in this situation anyway. They should not be in this. And if they are, play the kids. These under-21 kids are supposed to be brilliant. Charlie Crew is supposed to be like the most upcoming Welsh international. He gets in the senior squad for the Nations Bloody League, and he can't get a game at Leeds United. Caldalo sits on the bench and he plays for Wales. And, it just bugs me, George. It really just bugs me. I don't think we should not be in this situation. Therefore, don't save the money. Put the money into the kids. Produce another Archie Gray. Give Charlie Crew give him a go.
Well, yeah, I'm all for giving him a go, Aaron.
Yeah, but what
excuse my French, but what happens if he's shit? And then you have
because he's getting called up to the Wales international side.
But what if he is? What if he gets knocked off the ball too easy? And all this kind of stuff. And then you've gone past the point where you can sign a free agent.
Yeah, but he's a professional footballer. He's not going to do that.
Yeah, but I don't see that. I don't see a downside to this. If they can get a thing in place, then Wayne, I agree, and you can give the youth a go. It's a good opportunity to do that, but they've obviously seen fit not to do that and give themselves a bit more of a wide net and give themselves a bit of experience in Czech Kouyaté, who will sign for to the end of the season or an option in another year maybe, and he might play some good football. He's a big bloke. He's a big experienced fella, and he'll win us games in the middle of the park. Or would you rather a young lad? Who knows if he's good or not?
Yeah, but we had this last year with Archie Gray. We knew there was some massive talk, obviously, with what's his name? Oh God, I forgot his name now. Jesse Marsh was banging on about Archie Gray a few years ago before he kind of made his breakout and things like that. But the point that I'm trying to say is Leeds United historically produces the goods with the kids. And Wayne Charlie Crew is more ready than Archie was, all this sort of stuff. This is what I don't get, George. We've got a youth academy, and when squads get thin, you need to give these kids an opportunity. Look at Phil Foden as a prime example. Given an opportunity at Man City, bursting the scene there. is there. You know what I mean? You know, Jude Bellingham, you know, at Birmingham, he's bursting at the scene, and look at him now. You know, this club can produce the goods with the kids, and I just think they should be playing them. That's all.
Oh yeah, well I agree they should be giving them a go, but also, Aaron,
rather than looking for free knockoffs.
What's the knockoff? You've got to really down on Mr. Cecchiati. I don't understand it. You know, what if he comes on and plays a blind? You know, in a couple of weeks' time, he probably won't be ready for Friday, will he? I don't think he'll sign for the end of the month. But
ultimately, realistically, he won't be ready till January. So you might as well just wait till then. We've got is it 6 games now, and then it's another bloody international break. So then you're in November, and then by the time they come back from that halfway through November, it's nearly bloody January. Might as well wait.
I don't think so. And I think the need is now. That's why they're looking now, and they won't be looking otherwise. I think Daniel Farke and the board and everybody around there, they see that it's a thing they need to do. So you got to say, well, okay, then let's roll the dice and see what happens. I agree. Charlie Crew, I would like to see what he's got. And, you know, if he can cut it at this level, because chances are he probably can. And he'll probably be frustrated, won't he, you know, as well. But, you know, they've seen Archie play.
And that's what you got to think of it from Charlie Crew's perspective here, because, you know, he's big up, you know, he's getting into the Wales squad. And I'm not going to say that anymore because, you know, he's shown that, you know, he's a talented player. He can get in there. You know, he's got to be absolutely so pissed off about not getting an opportunity. And we can't wait for the FA Cup round 3 in, you know, middle of January, whenever it is. We can't wait. He can't wait till then. He's busting to get going. He wants to make a mark. And we have, let's be honest, you know, we have got in this kind of period of the international kind of after the international break, we've got some favourable games. You know, we've got Sheffield United, which is probably tougher. Then you've got Watford on Tuesday, Bristol City away, Plymouth at home should be an absolute doddle. Millwall away, they haven't started well. QPR at home should be a win. And then Swansea away, not any, you know, that's it. That's after the international break. So, you know, the next 6 games for Leeds United is very favourable. So it's if you wanted a way in, if you wanted a lesser, no disrespect to any of those 6 teams, if you wanted lesser opponents, that would be the perfect opportunity to play these and try them, because they should be bankers. You should be banking 3 points on all other than Sheffield United. For the rest of them, you should be banking on 3 points for each one.
Well, yeah, I think past Sheffield United on Friday, it is actually quite, like you said, Aaron, it is a favourable sort of run of games, I think. I don't know, you said they're playing next midweek, Howie, is it?
Yeah, so we've got Sheffield United on Friday, Watford at home on Tuesday, the 22nd of October. That should be an absolute 3 points. Bristol City away. Yes, I know the manager, Jim Boyes, is having a tough time at home, but it should be a Leeds United win. Plymouth at home, that should be a cricket score. Millwall away. Millwall haven't started well. They're not the same team as what they used to be. That, again, is a midweek game. They should be getting something there. And then QPR at home should be an absolute minimum points of 3. You know what I mean? It's very
it should be a win, shouldn't it? And we only went one
against lesser opponents. So let's try Charlie Crew rather than try and get some has-been.
I don't agree. Again, I don't agree with that. I feel like there are lesser fixtures. I think that we passed the Sheffield United game on Friday. There are like 6 there that they should be getting maximum points potentially, or not losing any.
Other than Sheffield United, this period of games, the next 6 games, you should be getting at least 15 points. At least. If you want to get promoted automatically, come the end of the season, this period of games, you should be returning 15 minimum.
Yeah, I would have said so.
And I'm sorry, but Leeds don't deserve to go up if they don't get that, if I'm being honest.
Well, yeah, I think they do. I think they do need to start cracking the whip with these with these teams. You know, that those behind the Sheffield United game, Watford at home, and all this, Bristol City away, and all this.
Yeah.
They need to be getting maximum points. Yeah,
but you have to be beating Watford at home. You have to be beating Plymouth at home, Bristol City away, Millwall away, and QPR at home. All of those, you should be getting maximum points. There's no excuse.
we would have hoped so, and if we don't, then we change the manager.
Here we go.
You know, if we don't get many points, we change the manager. I think after this 6 games, what have we played? 15.
Played after this. I think we played 10. Is it 10 we've played
we
now?
Played 9. So I think after those 6 games you mentioned, we'd have played 15.
Yeah.
So I think if we're not, Aaron, I'm going to say it here. If we're not in the top 2 by the end of those 6 games, I think he should go.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. I didn't know this about the Bristol City manager. How long has he?
Listen, he's suffered a bereavement, and you know, we send our best wishes. You know, it's not a nice thing. I've got a newborn. I won't want anything to happen to him. It's got to be really tough for him. So, you know, we send our best wishes to him.
It was his right.
Yeah. So you know, he's got through a tough time, but ultimately on the football pitch, Leeds United should be getting 3 points there, regardless of anything like that.
Yeah, I mean, look, we should pull their pants down as it was.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Yeah. I mean, that's horrible news. That's horrendous news. I second your condolences to him, Aaron. You know, sending him all the best wishes if he hears this.
No, you never know. I hope he does. We could get him on. We could get him on and have a chat. But
well, he's not. Let's be honest, Aaron. I don't think he's he's around our sort of age, isn't he? I imagine he's not too far above us, is he, in terms of age?
Yeah.
So yes, probably Jimbo. Just another one to answer to Jimbo's question. What I'm trying to do on my channel, Jimbo, if anybody watches it as well, I've tried to start to do the return of the fan. You know, I mean, Aaron knows about it, but talking about to opposition fans, I used to do it a long while ago on the channel. I've tried to get it back on, and I do it every away game, so I'm not doing the home games because I want to talk to the fan about their, about the place they're in. So, Aaron, if it's Bristol, I'll be trying to get in touch with the Bristol one as well and try and do that. So, I want to ask them about Bristol. You know, say we're going for the weekend, you're going with whoever for your weekend away at the game. You want to see them in the.
You want to know where the best bars are.
What's the best place? The away pubs. Where should we eat? What should we do if we're making a weekend of it away in Bristol or whatever it is? So that's what I'm trying to do. So hopefully every single away game from here to the end of the season, you will hopefully see me chatting to an opposition fan. Also I did try and get some people like former players for home games. Nothing's materialised yet. But
okay.
I'll keep going and looking.
Keep us posted, George.
Now, potentially, Aaron, and to everybody viewing this, it would have been a player. Say we're playing, I don't know, Millwall at home. Who used to play for Millwall and Leeds, Aaron? Give us an example.
Jamie Shackleton.
Shackleton might be difficult, but I'd ask Shaq if he wanted to come on and speak to me about, being at Millwall and being at Leeds. It's that sort of thing. Usually, probably players that aren't playing.
Charlie Cresswell.
Again, he's still so. Just anybody, preferably a bit easier to get hold of if they're not playing anymore.
Yeah. Actually, I don't know if I've had any players. I can't think of the top of my head. Speaking of that, Millwall and Leeds United kind of players. I want to say David Prutton, but I don't think he did.
I don't think he did. He scored against Millwall down there one time, didn't he? Anyway, I don't think he did. He played for Southampton.
Somebody will jump in the comments and tell us or
potentially. But Watford, you know what I mean? Watford might be a bit of an easier one. Because obviously that's the next home game. Obviously, I can't get anybody on for the game on Tuesday. But, just as a fun game, can anybody, because that would give me an idea. But no, I can't.
You want to get Elton John. That's what you need to get. Elton
John, that's all right. Well, it's Wednesday already, but he's got nothing to do with Leeds, though, has he?
No.
So I couldn't.
I think it'd be a good chat. He'd give you a good chat with that.
Of course he would, but I'd probably have to pay him umpteen amounts of pounds to come and do it. But that's the question.
That's the good. Okay, good stuff. Good stuff, George. George, listen, we have some breaking news, not from Leeds United this morning, I think it was. It broke last night. Thomas Tuchel has been named the England manager. What are your thoughts on that one, Josh? Because I think it's a brilliant appointment, that, if I'm being honest. I think it's a great one. It's just what England need.
It's very random, Aaron, but I do agree with you.
I think it's brilliant.
Well, they've just gone, we'll have him. And it's like, it was random. But I agree. I think it's a fabulous appointment. And it's about time England actually got a proper manager in charge. And, I don't care what nationality he is. Who gives a fuck about it? Who cares about that? It doesn't matter. People acting like we've not had foreign managers before. I know the preference for a long number of years was to have an English manager. The English managers are SHIT. There's no good ones really to that level. Look, he's won the champions.
Can I just jump on what you said there, Josh? I was thinking that because obviously the FA have put a lot of money into St George's Park. They're trying to get a pathway for British English managers to come through. But when you look at what's around, what needs to happen is we need to get a bigger influx of English managers, first of all, in the Premier League. You've got Eddie Howe, who's probably the number one kind of elite kind of English manager. But you need him to win something. He needs to win something. What has he done? He's got Newcastle in the top four. Well, that ain't going to win you the European Championships. You need to be winning something. Gareth Southgate, did he win the Carling Cup with Middlesbrough?
I think he won it as a player.
As a player, yeah. He didn't do anything, did he? He didn't win anything as a manager. And he only got that. Yeah, but you could say it was part of that team or whatever. But ultimately, that's what he fell short of. He didn't really have the caliber for me, didn't Southgate, and he just couldn't get you over the line. Yes, he's done a lot of things as Gareth Southgate to bring the England team back, but when you look at paper, he's gotten to 2 finals, but he hasn't won it. Do you know what I mean?
Exactly. And I agree, Aaron. I think Tuchel, fabulous manager. I don't, there's question marks over his way of football, but I think he'll get these players over the line, and he'll just be that push that Gareth couldn't do.
Yeah, and I think it's the tactical awareness. I think I've seen Bielsa's been getting a little bit of paste in Uruguay over the last couple of weeks, hasn't he? But you need that tactical awareness as to be a country, a country manager. You can't be, tinkering. Like Lee Carsley come out and said that it was just ridiculous. We did it for 20 minutes on the training pitch and that was it. You can't say that. You've got to have another plan. And I think Tuchel does. And he's won things as well. He's won the Champions League. He's big abroad. He's and he knows English football as well, doesn't he? And that's the key thing for me. Like Capello, can you remember when Capello was the English manager?
Of course,
he couldn't speak English. That was. And you just think, well, how the hell are you going to communicate, pal?
I think he's the only other foreign manager that England have ever had is Capello. I think he was the first. Sven was probably the first, wasn't he?
So, are you all for this thing, George? A German being in charge of the England national team?
I don't care. Yeah, why not? He's the football that counts. He's a great manager. You just said it, Aaron. He's won Champions League. He won Bundesliga for Bayern Munich. He wins trophies. He knows how to do it. Yeah, the football might not be the most attractive, but he knows how to do it. He's a massive name. He's what England needed, really. It's a big name. Not dick around with fucking Southgate, sorry for swearing, and things like that. No, he's like, I don't even know if he was a club manager, he'd be like championship level.
Well, Gareth Southgate these days can't actually, get anywhere near a side.
That's what I mean. Nobody wants to have him. The FA got this stick up their arse trying to get these English managers. Well, I'm sorry, all of them are crap. So you've got to go for the big, a big name, a big manager and a big name manager who's won trophies, and he'll get the respect of the players, and that's 100% what he'll get. And I think he'll win them the cup. I really do. I think he's.
What do you think it would be, Josh? Do you think it'd be the Euros or the World Cup?
I think he'll win the World Cup.
He's given an 18-month contract, so it starts on the 1st of January. So Carsley's still going to be in charge for the.
Are you joking? I thought
no, it's not an immediate appointment. It's going to be the 1st of January.
I mean, why? He can't even lead a bloody under sixes team. Probably he's an awful manager. I mean, you see that when he played the other night. I didn't even watch it, but I watched the second half.
Are you about Greece? Oh God, that was funny. I thought it was funny. I actually did watch it.
It was, and I was happy for Greece because obviously they had that tragedy which we'll speak about because it's the game Friday, but I don't know, Jimbo. I really.
He did win the under-21 Euros, did Lee Carsley, with England under-21s.
Were they drunk and high when they decided to give him the job? It's just, this is what I mean. They're so, they're so excited about giving, because you've got to say Southgate was the same, Aaron. Southgate was the under-21 coach before the full-time coach. I reckon they'd have been quite happy to fob it off and give Lee Carsley the job if he didn't lose that game to Greece. I think they'd have given him the job. I honestly do. They just love it. Yeah, I think that if he hadn't lost any of them games, I think they'd have given him the job. Because they're that keen to give England exactly. The person who decided that and put the rubber stamp on that needs to be seriously looked at their job, I think. Because
Scooby D2 says, please write a poem, George, a game of two halves. Carsley Tuchel thought halfback, through to language galore. He does write poems, does George?
Yeah, well, that's why he's probably said it, Scooby, because he knows. Or she, I don't know. The gender isn't revealed, is it? I don't know what you have, Scooby, so I apologise.
Yeah.
Or people can be anything, can't they now? So, yeah.
You can't say that. You can't say that.
Say what?
People can be anything they want to be these days.
Well, they can be.
Well, they can, yeah, but, you can't just say it like that. Yeah. If you want to be whatever you want, as long as it makes you happy, that's fine.
No, that's what I mean. Of course you can. There's nothing wrong with what I said there. You can be what they want. People can be whatever they want nowadays. So that's it. But no, I really don't understand why they've given Lee. And I was excited because I thought, oh heck, we don't have to see him again in November then. He's finished and Tuchel's there now. But not till January. That's a real shame. But I think he'll win the Cup. I think he'll win the World Cup with England, yes.
I hope he does. It'd be absolutely brilliant if he did. Absolutely brilliant.
He's the best. He's the best manager that they've had for a long time. And probably since Sven, maybe. I mean, he was a very high-profile manager when he arrived. And Tuchel is a similar sort of ilk of manager. So I hope that, he can hit the ground running when he starts and get them off to a good. And he'll know the players, like you said, Aaron, the Premier League.
Well, he knows Kane, doesn't he?
Well, exactly, yeah. He knows Kane. He knows the lads from Chelsea. He knows the Premier League because he managed in it. He'll know all about the players, like you said. So he'll know how best to.
So do you agree with what Eric's saying there? He's always said the manager has to be English. Is that not a thing for you? Not bothered?
Not bothered, mate. Because where does where would you draw the line? Does every single English club have to be managed by an English manager? You know what I mean? It doesn't. I understand the thinking of it, to be fair, but I just don't. If you're a good manager, it doesn't matter where you're from. I know people have a real kind of thing about the German thing, about him being German, but But you know, if we're Leeds fans, you know what I mean. How do you feel about Mr. Farke? He's from the same land. You know what I mean? I don't give a toss. It doesn't.
Yes.
I don't give a toss. I literally don't.
This is the problem.
Care.
Like what Eric's saying here. He's saying Eddie Howe. Eric, I'm not being funny, but Eddie Howe's not won anything. He hasn't achieved anything. In yes, he's relatively young. He is an English manager, but he's got Newcastle into the top 4. He saved them from relegation a couple of years ago. That's about it. But he's had a lot of money to kind of buy that success. He hasn't achieved anything. Hasn't won a trophy. Like Lee Casley, yes, he won the under-21s, but listen, I won the under-11 Leeds Schools Cup last year. It doesn't make me say that I'm an elite football coach. Do you know what I mean? It's all about trophies. Who's the winner? Mourinho, winner. Guardiola, winner. Tuchel, winner. You know, he's won things.
I like Tuchel, no problems. I would have actually been, you know, if they'd gone for like Mourinho. You mentioned Mourinho, obviously he's at Fenerbahce, but if they were to go for somebody like him, that'd be decent as well. I do understand the point though that Eric makes. A lot of people do see the situation like, yeah, he's managing the England national team, he's got to be English, but I wholeheartedly disagree with it. I think you can be from wherever you're from and you can manage whoever you want.
Well, there's quite a few, isn't there? What's his name? Is the Portugal manager now, isn't it? Martinez.
Yeah.
Roberto Martinez. And you think, well, you know, are all the Portuguese kicking off that they haven't got a Portuguese manager in charge of their national side? Probably not bothered.
Well, he's Spanish, isn't he? So I don't know if there's a little bit of a rivalry between them.
Well, this is the thing, well. Yeah. This is what I'm trying to say. They're not bothered. People, I don't think they're kicking off.
I think they are. I think they are.
Are they?
Yeah, but Scooby says he's a bloke. I think maybe I have asked him before a long time ago. He says it. Yeah. So I don't know. Are you in France, Scooby? I don't know.
I don't know. Listen, he can, like French Maids and Mrs. the Terraces. You can, whatever you want to do, Scooby Doo too. That's absolutely fine. Big shout out as well, though, George, to the downloads as well today. I checked. We've had over 4,113 downloads for our little podcast on all the various platforms. So I just wanted to get that in there.
Very well done. Very well done. I mean, Jimbo does say they do nice beer festivals and Christmas markets. Have you been to Germany? I assume you probably have.
Me? Alan? I've never been to Germany.
Oh, have you not?
Never been, no.
Guten Tag.
Guten Tag. Yeah, good morning or whatever that means.
That just means, I think, hello, doesn't it?
Yeah,
Guten Morgen. That's good morning. Good morning.
Yeah. Okay. Would you like to play a quick game of guess the country of where the downloads have been?
Well, Scooby says he's from Headingley, in Headingley.
Oh,
it's a nice stadium. It's not far from Arron, I don't think. It's a nice stadium, is Headingley, isn't it?
Which one?
I don't know.
The cricket or the rugby?
They're both the same, aren't they?
Well, one's got one sport. One's got a different spot.
Yeah, but it's the same. No, I thought it was the same ground, actually. I don't know.
Yeah, it is. It's the same ground, but one does cricket, one does rugby league.
I don't know.
Both are equally as good. The cricket ground is brilliant. I know you don't like cricket, George. I absolutely love it. A special mention, though, to the England cricket team at touring Pakistan. First says, wow, unbelievable. Harry Brook, Leeds United fan, George. Massive Leeds fan.
Is he
breaking records?
Is he with an E on the end?
What?
Is Brooke? You said his name is Brooke.
It's just got a K on the end, I think. But he's smashing records. Massive Leeds fan, though. He's a massive Leeds fan. As you know, is right. Okay, so okay, then where would you like to play? So let's have a look at this. I've got it in front of me. Where is Chafford 100, George?
Chafford 100.
Yeah, where in the world is that?
I think that's England, isn't it?
It is the United Kingdom. We've even been downloaded in the city of Westminster, so who knows? Keir Starmer could be listening to this podcast whilst listening to Taylor Swift. He's listening to Talking Leeds if he wants to. He doesn't get any freebies with us, though, doesn't that, sir?
No, absolutely
no
not.
freebies from us, secure. You have to like, comment, and subscribe. You have to do all that.
Yes.
What about Lexington? That was a download this week. Lexington.
That's surely in England as well.
Lexington is not in England, George.
I guess that's in America then, maybe.
It is in the United States of the US of A. And I'll give you another one. I'm just looking here. What about Rockville?
Rockville, that's surely got to be USA again.
It is the USA as well. So yes, big. Again, thank you to everybody who does listen to us on the podcasts. You don't have to listen to us live. You can listen to it all again if you wish. You can do that. Kentucky's not. Is it Kentucky? I don't know. Scooby-Doo. George, we've got one game to predict, and we'll probably predict the Watford game as well. So let's first of all start with Friday night, under the lights, 8 p.m. kickoff. Leeds United take on Sheffield United in a Yorkshire derby. Chris Wilder will be crying either tears of joy or just crying over something which Leeds United have done at the weekend. What do you think the score will be for Sheffield United at home under the lights at Ellen Road for this one? What's your predictions? Get your predictions in the comments as well and we'll read them out. George, what are your thoughts?
We haven't really talked about the game, have we, coming up on Friday, Aaron? But
no.
Look, Chris Wilder, someone's got to be careful. If they give him a sandwich or whatever, he'll have a go at them, won't he, or something, or he'll eat ham sandwiches at the end of it, maybe. But look, it's a difficult game, and we need to win, I think. I think the pressure is on Leeds. The pressure is not so much on Sheffield United. I don't think they've lost a game yet this season. Out of the 9 games, so they're unbeaten so far. There's a lot of emotion going into this game. It is very loaded with the obviously passing, sadly, of George Baldock. So they're going to be bang up for it, and obviously there's Jaden in our team as well, who obviously was pals with him as well while he was at Sheffield United as well. So it's a big game for him. It's a big night for him because they want to be. He's got a reunion with his mates. And I'm sure they'll be talking about Mr. Baldock all night long, really. And so it's a loaded match. The fans will be up for it, and that's on top of it being a derby game. It's a difficult match for Leeds. Kiefer Moore is one that I look at and think, I don't like playing against you. But so I think we'll just sneak it. I'm going to go with 1-0 Leeds.
Okay, 1-0 Leeds. Jim was asking, is Darlow playing? We haven't touched on the Meslier Howler. We did talk about it a couple of weeks ago. I think Darlow will not play in this one for me, Jim, but I think Meslier will start. And I think he needs to start because he needs to have a good game, doesn't he, on Friday, George, does he, on Meslier? He needs to get that mistake out of him.
He does. He needs a feel of the ball early doors, just get him in. And because the first corner or the first free kick, the first opportunity he has to catch the ball is going to be big for him in his mind.
He needs to catch it and then lie on the floor for 3 seconds. Waste a bit of time.
He needs to just have that first couple of interactions with the ball, get a feel for it again in a game situation. And I know Darlow, I didn't see the game. He obviously got a clean sheet for Wales, didn't he, against Montenegro a couple of days ago. And I don't know if he was tested at all in the game, but I don't think he'll play now. I think he will stick with Meslier. He'll give faith with Meslier, and that's fine. And I do think we'll just squeeze it. They're probably due a loss if you look at it like that. And I think we can get at them definitely. Dan and Manor are back, the 2 wingers, so you'll probably see them back on the bench. We'll have them available as well. I just think, with the crowd up, they enjoy the Friday nights at Ellen Road, don't we? And I do think, like I said, it's a very emotionally loaded match, with it being a derby as well, and thoughts as well. And we say thoughts to the Bristol City manager, of course, to George Baldock's family, and
of course,
horrible stuff. And I hope they're coping in some way. So
I completely agree. So let's just jump into this. Jimbo says 2-0, but then contradicts saying that'll go 5-0 Blades. Eric says 2-1 Leeds. You're going 1-0. If we actually go 2-0, if we win 2-0, Leeds United could go top of the league. Let's not forget.
See, it's that, isn't it? We need to get a win. And I think the problem is, Aaron, if we'd have won a couple of weeks ago at Sunderland, you look at this game, you think actually probably take a point. But now it's like, we need to win. We can't afford to in the first 10 games lose to teams like Sheffield United and Burnley at home. To me, that's unforgivable. It shouldn't really happen. And I really hope that the lads can get a win. But I do think I just think we will. I don't think personally they're that good. Actually, I think I watched them a couple of weeks ago. They beat Luton 2-0. Everybody's talking about Raksaki, who scored the 2 goals, and he looked all right. But I don't know. Other than that, I know Kiefer Moore's a menace, but Rhian Brewster maybe, but and Callum O'Hare, but. There's not that many problems for me. I feel like
they're just Sheffield United are one of those teams where they're just a proper shithouse championship side who just grind out results. And Wilder does that, doesn't he? Let's be honest. But it's going to be a tough one. It's going to be tough. It's probably going to be the toughest game of the season. Wilder will be up for it. He will be crying, as I say, come half time or full time. He'll be moaning about something. He hates Leeds fans. He hates everybody in the county of West Yorkshire. And he hopefully we can send him packing. I think Leeds will win this one, if I'm being honest. I think Daniel Farke will whip the boys up. I think Brendan Aronson will score a brace in this one. I'm going to go 2-0 Leeds, and I think Aronson's going to do it. I really do. I've got a funny feeling.
I think that's a brave. Prediction. Not the scoreline. I think the fact that Aronson, you got to remember, Aaron. He's travelled thousands of miles over the last 4 days.
Nothing.
I mean, Brendan Aronson played in Texas, and then he flew to Mexico, and he played in Mexico. I think was it last night or the early hours of this morning. Then he's got to get back all the way from. You know what I mean? You know what these footballers are like.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah, Brendan Aronson will not ever set foot on a Ryanair flight, and I know Ryanair don't fly transatlantic. He will never set foot on JetBlue or Virgin Atlantic or British Airways flight. He will be on the most luxurious private jet, flying back into Leeds Bradford International, having a merry old time. So I'm not too concerned about that whatsoever.
Well, there's Tanaka as well. And Tanaka also coming up against Suter again. I think I read that Wilder wasn't going to play Suter, but they came up against each other on Tuesday afternoon. Japan played Australia in Japan. Tanaka played the whole game, and so did Suter. So they might reconvene in Leeds on. And
as Eric Papa says, I'm sure it will be in comfort. There is no doubt about that. They will be absolutely fine.
I mean, Scooby says he hates Friday night games and it ruins the whole weekend. But if we win, Scooby, it makes the weekend. It gets it off to a flyer, and you're bouncing out of bed on Saturday morning and thinking, "Who are we playing today? Oh no, we've won already. Let's enjoy the day. There's no trepidation to it. We could just enjoy it."
And on the back of that as well, George, come Saturday, myself and Jerry McNamee will be doing a match reaction live on Saturday. So if you want to hear our views, myself and Jerry's on Saturday, do keep an eye out on Twitter. And we'll let you know when we're
there's also a bit of a sort of a bromance going on here between Jimbo and Scooby, because it's birthday friends, isn't it? And then it's Jimbo's birthday Friday, it's Scooby's Saturday. Happy birthday to both of you guys. Are you going to put your ages down in the comments there, or are we to guess it, or are we to just leave it alone? I don't know. Whose preference is it?
Yeah, good evening to Clive as well. He's going for 2-1 Leeds this Friday. George, the next one I want to just quickly predict is
Clive,
the Watford game.
Where have you been? We've been on for 50-odd minutes, fella.
Right, George. Stop talking to Clive, talk to me. George, give me a prediction for the Watford game, because Leeds play Watford on the 22nd of October, 7:45 at Ellen Road again. So 2 back-to-back home games against Sheffield United and Watford. What's your predictions for the Watford game?
I mean, you said, "Oh, we should beat Watford easy," but again, Watford only a point behind us. You've got to remember this, Aaron. So they might very well, if results go against us, they might actually start the game ahead of us in this.
Okay, forget that. What's the prediction?
I think you might have forgotten about it. You didn't even know. So prediction 3-0. They'll beat Watford.
Yeah, 3-0. I'm going to go one better. I'm going to go 4-0 against Watford.
Yeah, they'll beat Watford. I don't think they'll have a problem against Watford. Watford, like you said, Watford at home. These sort of games, you should be winning. You should be winning these games.
And you have to.
Are you right, Tesco's, Clive? Are you having your chicken? Are you having your chicken again? Are you? Or maybe he has been. You know, is it? Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. We're on the toilet. But, yes.
Let me get the comments out, George, and then you can have a go at Clive in a second. Eric says 2-0 against Watford, and then Clive says 3-1 to Leeds versus Watford. And don't forget, after the Watford game, I need to plan this right because it is Tuesday. We do the match reactions the day after, so me and Jerry will be doing a match reaction on Wednesday. I might get Jerry on the show with you with all a 3-way conversation. We'll do a match reaction / podcast. So I might get Jerry on for that one. If not, you'll be able to see Jerry and myself, and then me and George back to back on Wednesday.
Have you got a slight southern twang to your voice today? I mean, it sounds as if you do.
What? I'm not southerner. I don't.
It sounds as if you do at the end of some sentences. It sounds as if you've got that. I don't know. Just now, what you said, it sounded as though you've got a little bit of a southern sort of twang to the ends of the words. I don't know. It sounded so. I don't know, Jimbo. Is he into that sort of thing? I don't know. I'm
not even putting that comment up because it's rather immature and silly, Jimbo. If you want more content, you can go.
How old are you, Jimbo? How old are you? On Friday, is it your birthday or Saturday?
Jimbo's on Friday. You're out of this. I just want to say, Michael says, what plans do you have for your new podcast going forward? What plans do we have, George? Well, listen, Michael, it's quite simple. I'm glad you've led me on to that because you can like and subscribe on YouTube. You can watch us live. This is all getting recorded. And then the next day, it goes out onto Apple, Spotify, Amazon, all the different podcast providers, and you can listen to us again. So that's it, really. Why? What have you got any ideas for us?
Well, he's talking about what plans do we have in terms of what plans for shows and things.
We do a little podcast, then we do a match reaction.
Michael, I mean, what would you like to do? Would you like a live one? Who wants a live one? We can all have a little meet-up or whatever. I don't know. Would you like to do that?
I don't know. Michael will let us know.
Or anybody, would you like to do that? We could have a time and a place and just meet up, but and have a chat, or whatever, or do a live one or something like that. I don't know. Well, you know what I mean? I don't know.
Oh dear. Jimbo's 42, according to
okay.
And Michael, there's too many comments. Clive says he's currently 40, and Michael wants to join you lads on the next show. I think you always want to come on, Clive, and we will get you on because I mean to come on again.
I mean, the peacock. I don't know. The peacock might be expensive to hire out, wouldn't it?
Live with fans of the peacock. Listen, this guy wouldn't get in the peacock with that beard because people would just want selfies. Yeah, but they just want pictures with the beard.
Maybe, but
I don't know. I don't know. What do people want to hear? What do you want to see? Tell us, Michael, because we're not a fan channel. We're not like some of the others who just do clickbait. We're just two guys wanting to quit our day jobs and do this full time. We'll do it.
You never know, dear. McDonald's made in McDonald's.
Yeah, watch again. Yeah, watch alongs. Well, listen, Michael, you haven't seen George on the WhatsApp group, which which we have. He's very vocal on that when Leeds lose. It would actually be quite funny to do a watch along. So we could do something like that. Guest content creators, yes. We can get people on. Why not? Who do you want? And we'll reach out to them. No, Jimbo, we're not going to Winston's because that's a very rude place in Easton. We're not going there, and I don't think YouTube would allow it. I think we'd get banned.
Oh wow! Doing a live broadcast from there. Gosh.
A live broadcast from Winston's. Watching George having a nice time.
Oh
That's
man!
like what's that? What is it called? That what do they call it? Them streams. Was it OnlyFans or something? OnlyFans or something?
Oh yeah, OnlyFans. Yeah, OnlyFans is a big thing, isn't it?
And Jimbo says live from the Leeds Arena with the 40,000 downloads. Listen, have you misread me? It was 4,000, not 40. It was 4. We wouldn't be able to pack out Farsley Celtic as things stand. So yeah, listen. If you want to DM us, and we'll get something in, what we charge.
Yeah, well, no, I mean I'm on about not even a show. Or whatever, it could be a show. Or it just could be a little meet up with have a drink or whatever. It doesn't have to be. He lives in Halifax, from Salsa in Halifax. You live in Halifax, don't you, Clive? I don't know. Well, what's adjacent to people? Where does everybody live? You know what I mean? I don't know. Live from the Spoons.
I don't think the man who owns Wetherspoons would allow us in to do anything, because I think what's his name? He was like the Brexit man, wasn't he? The Wetherspoons owner.
No, I mean, look, I don't know his name. But
I've forgotten his name. Somebody will comment. The guy who owns Wetherspoons hates TVs. They're not even on. They're all on subtitled. You can't even watch.
We can do
yeah, we're not going to any
with your phones and things. I don't know. It's all right. Okay, Clive. I don't know.
Listen, Clive, if you want to go to La Salsa, you knock yourself out, lad, and take 50 quid with you and have a nice night. That's all you need. Enjoy.
Yeah, but yeah, no, I'm just so you know what I mean. If you wanted to, if anybody wanted to somehow contact you, Arron, or whatever, and just I don't know, the regular people here who are listening and watching every week, yeah, why not? Meet up in a place and just and have a chat.
Well, I did do one once with the back on the old channel on LS11. We did do some live kind of content things. That's it. Tim Martin is the head of Wetherspoons. Yeah, I don't think he'd let us in. So yeah, listen, listen, Clive. Good luck with the job hunt and things if you're unemployed. But listen, all those of you who have watched, thank you so much for joining in with conversations in the comments. We've completely off task. I'll have to edit this for the main podcast, but I'll actually keep it on. We will be back live.
Perhaps you
next week. Go on.
Sorry, I mean, he's saying he's unemployed, Clive. Why don't you go to La Salsa and try and get a job?
Anyway, what was that? I was saying we will be live again next Wednesday with Jerry, hopefully. If not, it'll be myself and Jerry, and then myself and George, double me, or three of us on talking next week. But do catch us on the match reaction. Jimbo, it would be nice to do the Otley run, but I don't think George would survive with his beard there. There'd be too many students enjoying a tickle with that beard. So all the ladies will be literally in that beard.
I don't know, the more the better.
Please do join us next week live at 7 o'clock. We'll be live. Catch us out on the socials, and let's hope Leeds United can bring us 3 points and another 3 points. So 3 points on Friday and 3 points on Tuesday before we reconvene. We will see you on the next one.
Yeah, see you on the next one.